Yeah, what'd you dream about? What?
We're live? Good morning. We're live.
Morning.
Morning. No Nick today. Different setup going on. But we still got a great show.
Hell yeah.
We got
everyone.
the- The three boys are here.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The three lads.
The three little boys.
Three little boys. Is that what we're calling ourselves?
Yeah, we
why
can.
not?
Yeah,
I like
why
it.
not? I like
Three
it.
little boys are here.
Has a good ring to it.
Yeah. There's nothing
So let's get
wrong
this
with
show
it.
started. Dante, you want to get started?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is not Big Nick. My name is Dante, but welcome to In the Pit. This is episode 371 on the Bloss.
There we go.
When are you getting you one of these?
Yes, we do. I brought in one, and we don't use it.
Really?
Yes.
Is it the smaller one?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Where even is that?
Upstairs. somewhere.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
All right. Please make sure to like and
Please
subscribe.
make sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Check us out on all of our platforms. You look us up, we're probably on there. Get behind the paywall. Check us out on Patreon for some bonus behind the scenes clips, exclusive podcasts.
And to see this podcast
and
live.
to see this podcast live. You probably listen to this somewhere, but if you want to watch us instead of just listen to us, get behind the paywall. Go over to Patreon. Check us out. What do we have coming out on
Today?
YouTube today?
Oh.
Probably
What
some videos.
Yeah.
We definitely have a video coming out today.
We've got, this is a good one. So first we got Who's Going to Buy This?
Mhm.
AJ recorded another episode this week with
Special guest.
special guest
Scott Patterson.
Scott
Scott
Patterson,
Patterson,
from
NEB.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, that-
that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Woo! All right.
So that episode's coming out, or should already be out today
On a podcast.
on a podcast.
On a podcast.
On a podcast
Can't
near
watch
you.
that.
But then we also have me and Big Nick going head to head, trying to see who knows more MLB walk-up songs. And I was very surprised about how well we did.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it was rigged.
I didn't rig shit. Those people just fell out of the coffins. I didn't rig shit.
Who did the rigging? Well, you'll find out tonight.
Uh-huh.
Put those notification bells on so you can watch it as soon as it comes out.
Yep, exactly. So that's coming out at 8 p.m. tonight. Actually, wait, no, that's... do we move TikTok game? I guess we moved TikTok game. All right, cool.
So is that coming out?
This comes
that
out,
is?
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They moved.
You
They
good?
changed the schedule
I
around.
could get my bet in.
Oh,
what are you
for
betting
what?
on?
I think
Germany.
USA and Canada are playing gold medal for women's
Big
right now.
hockey hit last night.
Oh, yeah.
Flames, Blue Jackets over.
Yeah,
Oh
also,
my
just-
God.
I went even last night.
Good
Stupid.
See, speaking of, we can start off with this. Men's hockey fell into medal this year.
Slovakia.
Yep, lost to Slovakia last night.
Yep. 3-2 in a shootout, or
Yeah.
they lost in a shootout, I
You
should
hate to
say.
see that.
Is
so-
women's playing right now?
They played. Oh,
Like soon?
oh no, they play at 11:10
Right.
tonight. Oh,
Right.
kicking the dick for me. Okay.
Don't have to worry about it, though.
Yep.
Yeah, tough go for the men.
Yeah.
But you know, they put together a ragtag team. It was like
Yeah, it was.
13 out of the 18 or whatever college kids.
Yeah.
I
It
haven't
would be.
I haven't been following along with anything with the Olympics. What's like the medal tracker right now?
Norway.
USA's not. Yeah, Norway's dominating. Although I will say I watched slopestyle last night, men's slopestyle.
Oh, it's great.
Gold and
Alex
silver.
Hall.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was pretty.
Yeah.
It was sick. That one guy, the guy who got the silver, his silver medal run. I don't know how it was better. It was
Dude.
absolutely insane.
I was saying this last night as well. It's like I know nothing
I
about
know.
this, and like obviously I'm missing something, but like I would be giving these runs like 90s
Yeah.
easily, and like they were getting like 75s.
Yeah. No, it was crazy.
It-
I missed the gold medal run because I was in the first.
It was fucking sick.
Yeah.
He did a trick where he like was rotating. He did like a 1080, and then just like somehow stopped his body midair rotating, and then rotated the other way.
Jesus.
And again, I'm no physicist, but I didn't think that was possible. It was dope.
The Olympics are so cool. I wish more people watched them.
I wish it was easier to watch.
That's
And
the
that's
other
it.
thing too.
Let's
Yeah.
not get it out of China. I don't even care.
I actually don't hate the times difference.
I hate
though.
China.
Well, yeah. It's a whole different argument.
Exactly. I don't
But-
care if they're coming after me anyway, so fuck them. Let's get them into let's get them back in Lake Placid.
It's
Every
gonna be
year.
Every year in Lake Placid.
Yeah.
It's gonna be next in Milan in the winter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little
Yeah.
more doable.
I was looking this up last night. So the next summer's in Paris. It goes 2024 Paris, 2026 Milan, 2028 LA. They haven't scheduled 2030 games yet.
Oh, they're actually doing it in
I
LA.
can't believe
Yeah.
they're
There
actually.
That's gonna be a
is-
shit
28
show.
is gonna be
That's
between
such a shit show.
Boston and LA.
No.
If it was Boston, dude, I'd
I would move. I would
move
move.
to
I would
I would
move.
move to Europe.
Yeah.
I would move.
I don't
I'm
want.
not-
I don't
anywhere
want
close.
anywhere. I don't even want to be in the United States.
I'm not going to be around for that. No shot.
But I mean, it'd be cool to go to events.
I guess, but like, you know how fucking busy the area is gonna be. You're not even be able
Boston
to
can
move.
barely fit the people they have
I
now, and then
know.
an influx
So
of
the reason
Olympic
why is
people.
because they weren't gonna have to build anything for it because they have all the college stadiums like for the tracks and stuff like that. So like Harvard fields and shit like that would be used. Historic Matthews Arena would have been used. Northeastern
Jesus
Stadium.
Christ.
Um,
I would definitely try to sneak into the Olympic Village.
yeah, just fuck like crazy.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god, people would go crazy on Tinder and stuff like
Oh my
that.
God.
There was one TikTok I saw where a guy set his distance to like thousands of miles away, like where the Olympics were, and he was just swiping on all these Olympic
I remember
girls
this from
and
last
stuff
year,
like
yeah.
that. So
My
funny.
God. People are
Chess.
so horny.
Chess,
People are
not
so horny.
checkers, though.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I mean,
Chinese checkers.
I wish the Olympics were
Best kind.
because I've enjoyed the shit out of these Olympics. They've been great. They've been
Mhm.
so much fun.
Yep.
Sure, they have been. I just haven't had the chance to watch.
Literally any night for the next 3 nights, just go on to NBC or just go on to Peacock.
Is that Peacock? Is it on Peacock?
Yeah, it's all on Peacock. And at 8:30 is when the events usually start live.
Mhm.
Just turn on anything that's on.
It's
Like,
right after Jeopardy, so you're good.
Exactly. You don't have to miss Jeopardy.
Yeah.
They usually at 8 p.m. start the showing, but
Yeah.
they usually show a rerun from earlier in the day. And then 8:30 is when the event starts.
Gotcha.
What do we got tonight? I'm gonna look this up.
Is
real
it
quick.
NBC or the IOC that doesn't allow like highlights on social media?
Probably IOC.
Okay,
I mean, they're the rights holder.
it's pretty stupid.
I wouldn't know. Ugh, I'm just looking at my Wordle today. Rough
What
one
they
today.
can't like post?
God,
They
it's
can't
6
post
on there.
highlights or clips or anything
Yeah,
like that.
they're not allowed to like post. Have you seen any Olympic things on social media? Yeah, so like they're not allowed to. If you had answered yes to that, I would have.
How? Where are you finding the? Where are you
Ooh,
finding the?
We got in 9 minutes short track speed skating, women's 1500 meters gold medal race in 5 minutes and 9 minutes.
Let's go.
Go live stream it.
women's.
Let's see what we got tonight. All right, we got freestyle skiing, women's half pipe. Ooh, that's a good event. Women's half pipe.
Word.
Yeah.
So I was watching bobsled last night, the 2-man
Oh, yeah.
bobsled, and after all these years, I finally Googled inside of a bobsled.
and
It's
what'd you
just like
find?
it's just like 2 strings. Like it's not like a steering wheel. I also didn't even know there was steering, like the steering mechanism. I think
Yeah.
that kind of just like went like lean. It's like 2 like strings that they just like pull on.
Interesting.
Very very weird, and a brake. But that sport's a
Interesting.
wild one.
The Jamaicans had a bobsled team.
They did.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was surprised.
Jamaican
Did
me
you see
crazy.
that crash by the Brits?
Yeah.
That was scary.
Dude, that was scary. I
I didn't know how no one snapped their neck.
It could have been, yeah, it could have been way worse.
Yeah.
They kind of just, and it sucks because you're going like 80 miles an hour and you fall and you just kind of gotta wear it. Like
Yeah.
your head's just
Like
on the
they're
ice.
just like fucking like scraping against
Yeah.
the ice. There's nothing they can do about it. Yeah.
I love the Olympic announcers though too.
Uh.
They get just like so juiced up with everything.
My favorite was last week with the snowboarding.
Yeah.
That was, and they just screamed like, "This is the greatest half pipe event I've ever seen."
I've been doing this for 25 plus years. I can't say the things I want in the air right now. This guy was
He
livid.
was mad as fuck.
How is that not? That's the best run that's ever been put down in a competition.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Who was
man,
the
he-
announcer? Is it someone
I
well
don't
known
know.
or no?
I don't know. He was jacked up though.
That's
Got no
hilarious.
comments so far. No one's chirping in.
No comments.
What's that? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Everyone's sleeping.
It is Wednesday,
Yeah.
my dude.
Hump day.
I got people watching. I'm gonna tell them to drop some comments,
Drop some comments, guys. What are we doing?
some questions, so we'll talk about them. But yeah, yeah, we're not winning the Olympics. By any
No.
means. We're not good at the Winter
No.
Olympics.
No, a lot. Do you have a good amount of medals, period, or?
We're in
We're like
third?
third.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
it's Norway, ROC, and USA.
Okay.
Let's see, Olympic medal.
I got the Russians winning the fucking gold in hockey, so hopefully that happens. Unless they're
Yeah, we
already
have.
out.
So Norway has 28. They have 13 golds. Germany, who fucking cleaned up on all like the skeletons and luge, they won all gold for every one of those events.
Those crazy Germans.
They're very good at losers. Because you could say those Germans are the biggest loser.
Oh.
Yeah, how about that for World War II? Fuck you.
Hilarious.
And then U.S. is 3.
All right.
We're only 1 medal behind the Germans. We could take them.
We fucking
But
got
yeah, yesterday
'em.
was
We
a
got
big-
their number.
Yesterday was a big day for the medals because we won those 2.
Yep.
It was just
And who's left for hockey? The men's hockey. Russia,
Russia,
Sweet- who-
Canada.
Canada
Yes,
makes
Canada.
sense.
Is this, you want men's?
Yeah.
Yeah, men's.
Give me a
Men's.
second.
So right now is the bronze medal game in the
Sweden
women's.
and Canada are playing in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's all I got.
And who the U.S.
Oh,
lose
and
to?
then so
Slovakia.
Sweden, Canada, and then Finland beat Switzerland. Russia beat Denmark. So
Oh.
that, and then Canada, Sweden. Now we only have 3 teams left. How's that work?
I don't know.
It's a great question, my
There's only
friend.
3
Did
teams
I miss
left.
a quarterfinal game? Oh, yeah, and then Slovakia just won. There we
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oof.
All right,
Russia's gonna win.
hockey.
So we got one question about the Olympics from Matt. Favorite Olympic event to watch, and what would you like to compete in if you could? I would love to compete in big air. If I could compete in big air,
Oh, yeah. If like we were capable,
if I were capable,
I would probably want to do slope style.
yeah, or half pipe. Half pipe snowboarding looks absolutely
Yeah,
sick.
It's
something
way too scary
snowboarding.
for me.
But like, yeah, slopestyle is also sick. Like, they fucking go on houses. Like, that's sick.
That was a cool little feature.
Yeah, and like grind on top of the house.
Yeah.
That was on the rail on the house. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I kept thinking they were gonna go like how there was just like they made like a wall, Great Wall of China of
Yeah.
snow. I kept
Yeah.
thinking they were just gonna hit
Go-
that. They
go
were so
through it.
close to it.
That'd be funny.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, that was a sick event. I'd say
It was.
any of the skiing or snowboarding events are probably like those like trick ones.
Yep.
Like Alpine is just boring as hell
Yeah.
because they're just going
I kind of
downhill.
like this. Was it Snowcross or whatever, the racing one?
Oh, that is sick.
That one's kind of cool.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're going head to head like that.
Yeah.
And like they have to stay low.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That one's kind of cool.
Holy shit, you guys really been watching the
We've
Olympics.
been
I like the
watching.
Olympics,
I like the
yeah.
Olympics. They're great.
I only see it every once every
God.
4 years.
Exactly.
Might
Not
as well
judging.
tune in.
Not judging.
You seem to be judging.
No, no. I'm just
I definitely
a
been
little
watching more of the winter.
I just
It's
don't
much
have
easier
time.
to watch the Winter Olympics than Summer Olympics, I think, too, because there are fewer events.
Yeah.
And so, you're just watching like the best stuff.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, let's
right.
get into more topics. That wasn't even a topic. We just
No.
started off the show with
Let's
it.
talk about some stuff.
We'll start with some baseball.
No. Oh.
Which what?
I was on a big Twitter kick last night. Always am.
Oh,
but
yeah?
Jesus Christ, I don't even follow this guy. He kept popping up. He was just following the whole Matt Harvey thing.
Oh yeah, that's
Matt Harvey
one.
fucking loves cocaine.
He fucking
Yeah.
loves
Holy
cocaine.
yeah.
There's this tweet.
Shit.
There's this tweet from 2013 from a Mets reporter, who tweeted that Matt Harvey is Doc Gooden without the cocaine. That's from 2013.
You know, he is Doc Gooden.
He is Doc Gooden,
with
yeah.
more cocaine.
But yeah, so
This-
we'll talk about the Tyler Skaggs trial. So yesterday was a big day for the trial. 4 major leaguers came forward to talk about the trial. Matt Harvey was subpoenaed. He didn't want to talk, which is a big thing. He had to take a deal, like immunity deal, in order to talk because he opened up about a lot of stuff. Talked about the rampant drug use in major league locker rooms, a lot of it. Talked about how Skaggs would like bump rails of oxy in the clubhouse bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
So if you
Who
want,
was this guy that was tweeting all that?
so there's 2 guys, TJ Quinn.
That's the one I was
Yeah.
seeing. Yep.
So he's one of my favorite reporters actually. He does all of these kind of stuff, like the drug stuff, like
Yeah.
steroid stuff. He was the one who broke the biogenesis report from like a decade ago.
Oh, okay.
He's like a big time. He does some really good reporting, investigative reporting about this kind of thing.
Cool.
So I'd love to see like him take on a bigger role on this and like see how widespread this shit is, because it's definitely widespread. It's definitely doesn't end in the Angels locker room, because the way that you talk about it, I mean,
Matt
the way
Harvey
that,
was saying it even back in the days with the Mets.
he was
shit
using
was
shit-
happening.
Well, he was saying he used a bunch of cocaine with the Mets. And now the one of the things you have to wonder is how much do the Mets know about his cocaine use. I was supposed to write time codes, and I'm not.
It's I mean, I don't know if they knew.
I think
It's pretty easy to like hide
cover it up,
to
yeah.
hide a drug. I mean, think about how many just like regular addicts are out. It's pretty easy to hide, like
yeah.
especially as a major leaguer. Like
Uh,
probably just quick little bump in the back, and then he ran out to the mound. Like
Someone said someone found a photo of Matt Harvey with nosebleeds on the mound.
he's like little did the Mets know he was just having cocaine nosebleeds.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But yeah,
all makes sense.
I'm not surprised that Matt Harvey has a lot of coke. That dude loves to party.
It was one of the other quotes that TJ guy tweeted. It was like the question when.
What do you party with?
Yeah, he just goes cocaine.
Cocaine. Yeah.
Like, holy shit! I mean, you can't purge yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be honest.
Exactly. So like, but a bunch of like really interesting stuff came out about it, like about how, widespread this is. CJ Crone came up and said like, when I was with the Angels, Eric. So the whole thing is like, did Eric Kay provide Skaggs with the drugs that killed him? And there was fentanyl in the oxy that he took, and that's what killed him.
That's
Which
But-
means it was not prescribed.
Yes. Oh, certainly not.
Absolutely not.
But the question is, did Kay give it to him? Did someone else give it to him? And was it the fentanyl that killed him?
Didn't the? Could have sworn I saw something this morning that it came out that said that they finalized it and said Kay did give it to him. Did I read that wrong?
Well, that's what that's part of what the prosecution is trying to prove. So I don't know if they came
TJ
out.
what?
And who was that guy? The
TJ
trainer
Quinn.
or something, or the coach?
He was a
or something
communications
like that?
director.
Communications director.
TJ what?
Quinn.
Sorry, Quinn.
Yeah. So let's see. Breaking government charge. Okay, yeah. Government rested case. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
K is charged with. He's
Distributing
charged.
opioids,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, that's.
Gotcha,
what it is. This is what
gotcha.
he's charged with.
Yeah, I read that wrong.
So yeah, so the government rested its case yesterday. The prosecution rested its case, and the most hard-hitting one. I don't know if you read about Carly Skaggs, Tyler Skaggs' wife, because she was called to stand yesterday to talk about this,
Yeah.
Oof.
and that was.
Oh boy.
I
Absolutely.
can imagine.
Ooh, it's got the
Yeah.
chills.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean,
not-
she was said like I didn't know how bad this was. Like obviously he hid this from me.
Yeah, railing lines of it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Of Oxy.
Yeah.
Oof, that's not good.
And, like apparently they also did MDMA too.
Oof, oh my
I just
God.
wanted the party. A
Yeah.
little.
Joe Rogan.
That's not gonna.
Yeah.
That's not gonna kill you. Ecstasy.
You ever do
Whatever.
MDMA? Let's just become Joe Rogan. Just do fucking drugs on our podcast. Yeah, it's
Twist
very
my arm.
it's very sad and it's very kind
It
of
is sad.
eye
Eye-opening.
opening. Yeah, that's the right word for it.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, you're gonna open up the floodgates. You're gonna see a lot of shit come out.
I don't think you will.
You don't think so?
I think the way MLB is treating this is gonna be this is a lone shooter type of thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's
But
gonna
is
open a
it, though?
floodgate.
It's not. Certainly isn't.
But you know, it's the. I'm not gonna phrase this correctly, and forgive me if it sounds harsh, but I mean, drug problems are. It's not just in the MLB.
No.
Like
No.
it's
No.
worldwide. We
I
all
mean,
know this. Like
Fentanyl is the number one killer among
Yeah.
people 18 to 40 at this time.
yeah.
It's the number one killer, drug overdose, and it's
So they can't just like open it like a big drug. You want to do the war on drugs and just in the MLB?
Right,
like
right,
it's
right.
that you can't just do that.
But
you know?
but if you're the MLB and it's your job to protect the players, you have to stop it where it's your organization giving drugs to players.
yeah.
You have to stop it where you have players who get addicted because as Matt Harvey said, part of it was players want to stay on the field. I don't know if it was Matt Harvey or Matt McGill, one of the guys who came
Yeah,
on.
I think it was Harvey that said this.
Yeah, that people want to stay on the field. Injuries happen, and unfortunately, the way our drug system has been set up will provide heavy opioids that get you hooked and addicted.
Mm-hmm. And they'll keep you on the field.
They'll keep you on
do
the
exactly
field.
what they
Yeah.
like.
because you don't feel anything.
Yeah.
But it's something that MLB really needs to look in the mirror at itself because a player died, and again it's not unique to the MLB, but a player died from a team personnel giving him the drugs most likely.
Mm-hmm. Let's just hope this was isolated to just K and not other team trainers are doing this. You just gotta hope that's not the case.
I wouldn't be. I mean,
Right. I would
Yeah.
would not be
Yeah.
shocked if it wasn't. You just gotta hope.
Yeah.
Very bad situation.
very bad situation. All right, we got our next topic, a little bit different, but still
Baseball.
melancholy.
Nothing to do with drugs this time.
Yeah, Ryan Zimmerman officially announced his retirement. Officially,
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you-
he
That was my
he was
reaction,
on
too.
the fence about it.
Gotcha.
I thought he was gonna come back because he made it sound like he was gonna come back. I think the lockout probably pushed him towards like, okay, I'm
Fuck this.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I'm not
wait.
gonna. I'm not gonna
Goddamn
wait around.
lockout.
Goddamn lockout.
Ruining careers, man.
I'm making a video about this on our sports account, so about like what he meant to me and everything. So I'm not gonna go into it here. You can go check that out at 11. That's when it'll be posted. I already made it. It's a very sweet video, I think. But
Very heartfelt tribute.
it was a heartfelt.
Hopefully he sees it, John.
tribute. I wanted to see it.
Does
And
he
then
have a
says-
TikTok?
No.
No.
And then he sees it and said, "Wow, that Johnny Rash, he's a cool guy."
Or wow, who
What
is
a
this
nerd.
creep?
Yeah. I mean,
Who the fuck is this guy?
I have this photo of me and him from.
Yeah.
Look at
little
little
kid,
Johnny.
yeah.
Little Johnny right there.
And then I have this photo also from Ryan Zimmerman's third game of me and my family at the game.
That's awesome.
It's in the video. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Oh,
Don't worry,
this is like a
guys.
full
It's
tribute video.
Yeah.
It's a slideshow and
Uh-huh.
everything.
Oh man, with the
As
sad
we
music in the back.
turn
Oh, yep, there it
our
is.
Time together. Just me
maybe
crying.
just shoot him an email.
It goes from one picture to the next. Johnny's just talking, tears going down his face. And
Tears
everything.
done running.
Well,
down
yeah,
the
I mean, that was an
window.
athlete that you grew up watching, and he's
Yeah.
always been on your favorite team and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's tough seeing someone like that
Isn't
go.
it crazy how all of our childhoods are ending now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Guess it's
I
when we
think
get that
Tom
point.
Brady was the big one for New England
Oh,
fan.
my
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm still not going to get over that for a
I'll
while.
quite literally do anything for that man.
Well,
Still,
Just like suck
Good
his dick.
thing.
if you
I
ask
guess I
me.
can kind of segue into our next
When
topic.
Before, real quick, when I was in Atlanta and I met my girlfriend's friends and everything like that, we got into discussion about Tom Brady, and we
Did they
started
hate him?
talking about no, and they said they saw a video where we were talking about things we do to Tom Brady.
Does her friends watch our content?
Some of them do, yeah, literally, and they were like, so you would suck Tom Brady's dick? And I was like, of course I would. And I was like, they're like,
Yeah.
for anything? And I'm like, no. They're like, you would just do it for free. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Would you
I
suck-
was like, maybe I'd ask to put on one of his rings or something like that, or like maybe like
Put
he's-
the ring on his dick.
Yeah.
no, like yeah,
Oh,
or
it's a
just I
cock
get
ring.
to just wear one while I'm stroking it. or
Yeah, I
something
mean,
like
dude,
that.
Tom Brady.
They're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like,
The
it's Tom
Patriots logo will be
fucking.
implemented on his dick.
Literally, I was like, it's Tom fucking Brady. Of
Tom
course I
Brady.
would. I
Would
was
you
like, he doesn't have to give me
Would you put
anything.
his balls in your mouth?
I would
do whatever he
I
wanted
would
me to do.
literally run into the middle of a war zone. No helmet, no vest, nothing. Not even a weapon, if he asked me to.
For no reason, just say
For no
"Hey,
reason.
Mike,
Just a jock
Just-
strap.
Yeah,
nothing
just a
else.
jock strap. Just
Hey,
a
Mike, you
cup.
mind just running into this war zone?
Yeah, I don't care. I love him.
All right, Tom, you
He
got it.
literally was my whole childhood.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to talk about Tom Brady anymore.
Well,
Alright,
good
well,
thing our next
next
topic's talking
topic.
about Tom Brady.
But this is
Tom
better,
Brady.
though.
Kidding me?
Tom Brady is plus 4,500 odds
yeah.
to win MVP next year.
I saw that. And am I gonna bet on it? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you never
Listen,
know.
with those odds,
He's on my dynasty team right now in fantasy, and I'm not letting him go. I'm keeping him on my roster for at least another year. Fuck it. I'm gonna make sure, just in case. Just in case.
You never know.
I'm never
he's,
letting him go.
he's never coming back.
I might, fuck it. I still might keep him on my roster
Yeah.
for the next 5 years. If I win
There was-
rings, I want him to get another one.
there was a Rappaport report from this weekend about he's still possibly considering it.
I think this.
Of course, there's regrets
Here
immediately
is-
after a decision, but he's not
normally,
coming
with
back.
most players who
I think he might get bored.
I
He
think
might get bored.
Dude, Giselle is not gonna let him.
I
play
know, but
again.
I'm
This was
just
Giselle-
saying, like, if there's
yeah.
a reason for him to come back, he's gonna be like, "What am I? I don't know what to do. I got
Sick of
I,
being
but
around my
all
family."
Yeah, I hate
You
all
guys
of you.
fucking suck. I'm
All I
gonna-
love is football.
I'm gonna do to you what I did to my first wife and just ditch her.
Hey, I mean, listen,
Hey,
maybe
she's a nice
spending time
lady.
with his family makes him realize that all I really loved was football. I
And
don't
I
love
hate
you. I don't
them.
love you
I
guys.
don't love you guys. Who are you people? I like you sometimes, but not all the
Yeah,
time.
I do not think he's gonna return, but I don't. If he does return, it's not this year. It would. He's taken it. If he returns, it's gonna be at least after a year off.
Oh yeah.
But like, then he's gonna come back. He's gonna be fucking 46 years old. I was worried about him getting hit and crumbling into dust when he was 44. Give him an extra 2 years. I think he's gonna get just a little wind blowing on him, and he's gonna fall over
Yeah.
and break his knees. You know what I mean? Like, the guy's gotta understand. that
he's not coming back because
He's not a kid.
He's not coming back for that reason.
the older, the longer you wait,
Yeah.
too, the more likely that it's not gonna work
I can
out.
see him coming back this season.
Did you see?
I don't think he'll make it the offseason.
I saw a report that the Commanders,
Yes.
the newly named Commanders, might be offering a first-round pick to the Niners for Jimmy G.
Why? I can understand us getting Jimmy G. Why a fucking first round pick?
I'm telling you, dude, if a team's gonna trade for him, I think a first-round pick's gonna be involved. I think he's got enough value to that.
Like, I think Jimmy G.
Would it be only one first-round pick? Probably, but like I can see it.
I know I've said this.
I think there's enough desperate teams. I'm not saying they're
I can see a
desperate,
second
but
and seventh for Jimmy G. I think that's the value.
second's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
A second and seventh for Jimmy G. I'm fine with Jimmy G being our quarterback. He's
You're
whatever.
Fine, you're fine with going nowhere then.
Hey, you know what? He's been to
Better, it'd be an
a Super
upgrade.
Bowl,
Not because
an
of
NFC
him.
Championship game. If he could take the Commanders to the NFC Championship game, it would be better than any quarterback has done since 1991.
You know who has the most rings of current NFL quarterbacks?
Jimmy G
Yeah,
got 3.
it's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, as a backup.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, that went over my head for a second. I had to think about that. Holy shit.
Remember he
Was
played
he
for-
really around for 3? Wow, I thought we
Well,
only
it's
had
only
like
2.
one or
I think
two.
it's 2. I think it's 2. Because I don't think any other quarterback in the NFL has 2 rings right now.
Okay, then still.
Yeah.
I'm fact checking.
Oh, I didn't put this in the topics, but I saw a report about this yesterday. Big Mike, Derek Carr, if he gets his extension, $40 million a year.
worth it.
No, he's not.
He's worth it.
Not.
Two
he's-
time. He's a 2-time Super Bowl.
He's gonna
champ.
win the MVP next year.
If he gets paid like that, he's
Dude,
better.
Why don't we think Derek Carr is good?
He is a guy that can make a sneaky MVP run.
He's gonna win the
100%,
MVP. I've been betting on it for
100%.
5 years now. And it's gonna happen eventually.
He's not gonna stop.
I don't
How old
get
is
it.
he? He's in the late 20s.
He's a young buck.
right?
He's not that young.
He's got to be in his late
28.
20s.
28
I mean,
wears
that's
that black
fine.
mascara like a beauty. I love Derek
He's
Carr.
gotta be-
He's a
He's
weirdo, but I
got
love him.
plenty of years left as long as that arm stays intact.
He's 30.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
He turns
Oh,
30.
he's
He's gonna turn
31 next
31
month.
this. in a
Oh,
month.
HBD Derek.
Yeah, he's old. He's not young.
Oh, he's young.
He's been around for a while, huh?
Yeah, I think 2014 was his first year.
Jesus.
Yeah, 2014.
Wow,
What
he's
has he
been
been-
around
what
for
has he been
a
doing
while.
for 7
Yeah, I feel like he just entered the league like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that.
He's
Fucking
led
A,
his team
Derek
to
Carr.
10 wins or more twice. This was the second time doing it.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, yeah, he's on the upside.
Without his best receiver.
Start the streak.
Well, he's not coming back.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Without his best for the foreseeable future, forever.
Yeah,
Forever.
that dude's not coming out of prison. What's happening with that?
I don't know.
I
I'm still
haven't
shocked he
heard.
went to prison.
Well, he did kill someone.
Was he? Well, I think he was. Is he actually in prison or is he out on bail?
He's probably out on bail.
I would assume
I would
he's out on
assume because
bail.
he's not like a flight risk or anything.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
he's pretty fast. Next topic.
I mean, on the court. Yeah. Go on. Next
Speed
topic.
kills. Oh, I feel bad.
I'm not. Not
Richard
as bad.
Sherman questions Matthew Stafford's Hall of Fame resume after
You
Super
know,
Bowl win.
You know, Richard Sherman. I've never liked Richard Sherman.
I have no
As a
problem.
player, I don't mind him, but like I don't know. I feel like he's a loudmouth. I feel like he's just annoying as fuck. The whole thing with the Patriots when they were in the Super Bowl and he was talking shit on the sideline and they got the interception. He's like, what
for me.
happened? I hate.
Yeah, I don't like him
Don't
either.
like Richard Sherman.
You put a sorry ass receiver like
That's
Crabtree on
funny.
me.
That was funny. That was funny. But like, I mean,
He
you're
was
questioning
very
Matt
good.
Stafford, his Hall of Fame resume, and one of the things he was pointing out was Pro Bowl appearances not being at the same level as the guys ahead of him. He had to go through. You know, he was playing the same time as Brady, both Mannings, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees. Probably a handful of other
Phillip Rivers.
Pat Mahomes, even. I mean, nowadays. You know what I mean?
I will say, you know, that is an argument, but you know, you're still the last one of that group.
Yeah, but it's like you're going
Like-
up against all-time greats.
Sure. But if you want to be a Hall of Famer, you have to be an all-time great
But
yourself.
I don't think that is enough of an argument to say that he's not a Hall of Famer.
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
But then, because then you look at his stats, like passing, touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's like
He's the youngest
borderline
player-
top 10.
He's
for
the
all
youngest
those.
player to reach 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, and he'll be the youngest at 50,000.
Yeah, and it's like he's,
like 10 yards-
borderline.
he's like 50 yards away from 50,000.
He's right like there. He's like in the early teens for like all of these like passing,
He's 12th all-time in
touchdowns,
passing
receiving,
yards.
not receiving, yards, touchdowns,
Receiving
all that
yards.
shit. Yeah, receiving yards. He's getting up there.
He'll finish top 8 in passing yards.
And he's
when
the
all said
fucking
and
man.
I love, yeah, and I mean, listen, he was in fucking Detroit for so long. I mean, you gotta give the guy some credit. I mean, come on. He finally goes to a good team, a
Wins
team
the
with a
Super Bowl
good
in the
head
first
coach,
year.
and wins a Super Bowl in his first year when he actually has a supporting cast. I mean, that says a lot. That says a lot, and we all
yeah.
agreed on it. I mean, in
Yeah.
that video, I mean, us three were some of the only three that admitted to it. He was a Hall of Famer before they won the Super Bowl. I think he was a Hall of Famer before the Super Bowl, and he wins. I think it's a lock now that
Yeah.
he's
On
in
the flip
Super-
side of it,
Hall of Fame.
Matt Ryan is he Hall of Famer? He's got the MVP.
I think
he's got the accolades.
I think he'll end up making the Hall. I mean, he still has a few years left, so he's going to add on to the stat. To his
Ryan's
stats
8th
and
all-time
stuff.
in passing yards.
Yeah, I mean,
MVP winner. You know, then you're at the point where if you look at the rosters of in like let's say 2018, you have like 8 or 9 quarterbacks from that era making the Hall of Fame.
It's wild.
What?
It's wild.
Yeah.
I
let's,
think.
let's go back to 2015. Let's say 2015.
Mhm.
You got Peyton Manning.
Mhm.
You got Tom Brady. You got Matt Ryan. You got Matt Stafford. You got Ben Roethlisberger. You got Phillip Rivers. You got Drew Brees.
Eli Manning.
You got Eli Manning.
He's going to make the Hall of Fame. Yep.
It's that's 8 right there.
Yeah.
That's 8 of 32 quarterbacks are Hall of Fame quarterbacks in one generation.
I think
Is that too many?
the way the game is now, it's more of a passing,
passing
game
game.
now. So it's like that benefits them.
But do you have to adjust statistics and just our frame view because of the way the league has gone?
No.
Like, for example, home runs are devalued more now in
Sure.
baseball. We don't value a 40 home run hitter the same way we did 20, 30 years
You can
ago.
make that argument for any sport, like
For
basketball,
NBA.
triple double.
Exactly,
Say
triple
the same
doubles.
thing.
Exactly.
Scoring. It's
Different
fast paced
when you're looking
now.
at it. Players are scoring a lot more now. When the scoring record gets broken by LeBron, I guess it's different because that's a huge record to break. But players are scoring a lot more per game. Russell Westbrook could get a triple double in his sleep.
Right.
Though not anymore.
But yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Josh Giddey, fucking at 19, has 3 triple doubles. He's
Yeah.
the youngest player with 3 triple doubles in NBA history.
Mhm.
Triple doubles aren't even impressive anymore.
It's just the way the game is played, dude. It's
just a lot of more stats now.
So I'm not saying it's easy, but like it's compared to back in the day, it's a lot
So
easier.
do we have to adjust our frame view in order to look at the new era of sports? Is the question.
like qualifications and
Exactly.
making it into the Hall of Fame?
Exactly. Like,
But what if I don't wanna?
you don't have to?
All right.
It's the question.
I mean,
Do
I
whatever you want.
Okay.
like I think it's personal judgment. So like I've always believed that Russell Westbrook, the whole triple double thing is overrated because the way he plays is not the way the game, because of how the game is played, but also how he plays. You watch him try to get triple doubles, he is literally like stealing rebounds. Like Steven Adams would move out of the way so Westbrook could get the rebounds.
Yeah.
Like that's just them. I don't want to use stat padding because it sounds worse than what it is. I'm not saying Russ Westbrook is a stat padder, but it kind of goes in the same lines as that. So I don't really consider, like, I wouldn't say all-time leader in triple doubles. That's why he's a cemented Hall of Famer. Like, no, I'm not looking at just that. But I don't think you can necessarily blame the player. I mean, that's just the way the game is nowadays, and you're just adjusting to the way the game's played, and you're taking advantage of it.
I forgot one quarterback.
Andrew Luck.
No, Aaron Rodgers. That's
Oh,
9.
that's a good one,
yeah.
too. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
9.
He's good.
And then-
How about Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer too. That's
he is.
10.
Yeah, he is.
We forgot those 2 guys.
Wild.
I mean, Andrew Luck would
Absolutely
have been a Hall of
wild.
Famer if he just didn't retire. That's 11.
That's very true.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At some point, greatness gets diluted.
Yeah, I mean,
I get. No, I totally.
it makes
understand.
sense.
Yeah, like
It's
you have
just
to-
the way the game changes.
Like in that case, I probably wouldn't put Philip Rivers in the Hall of Fame. I might not put Matt Ryan in the Hall of Fame. Maybe not even Matt Stafford.
I think maybe it's something they do after this generation, though.
Yeah,
Because
like,
the Philip Rivers and this group and Rob, that was still early 2000s when they got in the league.
yeah,
Like still wasn't just full go, air raid and all that. Like, I don't know. I think maybe it's something you look at down the line next couple of years. Your next, for Josh Allen and Mahomes when their
and then
careers
you have
all said
Jameis
and done.
Winston too.
Future Hall of Famer
he's
Jameis
making-
Winston.
Yeah, you know
Uh-huh.
he's gonna make it in.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Maybe they'll adjust the criteria in order to make it I think you need a sample size as far as like numbers guys are putting up in these years and be like, okay, that's a threshold they have to meet to be considered a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Like if Matt Stafford ends up with 70,000 yards or something, that's like, okay, maybe we got to cap it off as if you get past like this certain amount, then you can be considered. So I don't
And
know.
the crazy thing is we're not including guys like Carson Palmer or Tony Romo too. Guys who are like very, very close Hall of Famers.
Mhm. Right, borderline Hall of
Borderline
Famers.
guys. Yeah, I mean, and then you look at this generation of guys too. I mean, you have, I'd say, 8 or 9 guys currently who you could make a very clear argument in 5 or 10 years to be Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen. I know it's the second year, but
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's
I
on
mean,
that path.
you
Lamar
could, yeah.
Jackson's on that path.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, and then
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
Yep. Derek
Derek
Carr.
Locked it
Yeah,
up.
Future Hall of Famer.
Well, Derek Carr's also among this bunch too.
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Future MVP.
Uh-huh.
Derek Carr.
If he wins the one
That's
MVP,
what'll
he's a Hall of
cement-
Famer.
That's what will cement him.
Yeah. So I think it's an interesting argument. It's something that baseball's been looking at a lot lately too. Yeah.
No, I get the argument.
Now we're moving on to some hoops.
Hey, some basketball.
So we'll start with this one because I think it's an interesting one. Kevin Durant opens up about the James Harden trade, and
They did not see eye to eye.
no, they did not.
Harden had his introductory press conference yesterday, and he basically was just like, he said everything, but I didn't want to be in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
When he was in Houston and he wanted to get traded, he wanted to go to Philly. He's always wanted to go to Philly. And I remember, the Philly was one of the teams that was involved. They won Simmons. It's kind of a similar package.
Yeah.
They didn't want to give up Maxey and all those guys, but it was kind of like the same standstill, but they figured it out this time around. They had their name in the hat, but obviously he went to Brooklyn. He was just like, I didn't really have a choice. I had to go to Brooklyn. Boo fucking who. But the way he plays, he is obviously more ISO oriented, and they didn't want to play that way.
Yep.
And Harden would be pissed off when the coach would draw up plays for Kevin Durant out of timeouts because Kevin Durant is the better player. And they just never saw eye. Kyrie didn't really like him. I guess a lot of the players, it just wasn't.
And I think Katie has more rope with Kyrie because they're better friends.
Mhm.
As someone said when James Harden was traded, like, good luck finding anyone to speak your Hall of Fame speech, dude. Like, no one's gonna fucking do it.
That's
Like-
true. Not Westbrook. Nope. He went back to teaming with Westbrook. That failed. Went back to teaming with KD. That failed. Now, honestly, it's perfect for him
This is
and
the
Embiid.
best. This is the best fit of anyone because he's always had to play with another guard, and I think him as a sole guard guy, like for that kind of position, where you're just Harden and Embiid, big and guard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that mixture works really well.
Oh my God.
I think they're gonna hate each other.
I
I think they're gonna fucking clash because Embiid
Sooner
is
or later.
Embiid's an asshole, but in the way that like I want you to play better.
Yeah,
type of
100%.
asshole.
Yeah, I mean that when
Yeah.
Ben Simmons was traded, he was like calling out Ben Simmons, but it was more for the fact like I wanted to win.
Yeah.
He's like he wanted to make it all about himself, and
Yeah.
he's being an asshole in the sense of he's like throwing him under the bus, but he's correct.
But he's correct.
He's 100% correct.
And James Harden is a little bitch,
He is a little bit.
and he's not gonna like that.
Embiid's more of like an asshole like MJ was.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He's looking for excellence only, winning only, and that's it.
Which
Yeah.
I respect.
Yeah.
I
I
respect.
like
I
Embiid.
really do.
I think Embiid's
I-
matured a lot as a player and as a person.
If-
I like him.
If you asked me that a few years ago, I would say that I did not like Embiid. I hated him, but I do respect him. His game, he
favorite thing-
flops a lot, he cries a lot, but I respect him as a
my favorite thing
as a
was
person.
after the trade happened, and he tweeted the photo of the funeral guy,
That was funny.
and then his response was, "I thought he looked handsome." or something like that.
I just found
I thought
it.
he was well dressed.
Very funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, so there was their first practice together. Joel Embiid was doing the Harden step backs. He was doing the 4 steps.
Yeah.
And Harden was like, let me show you how to do in 2 steps. Last night against the Celtics, Embiid did that, got called for travel. he did a double step back 3, and they immediately blew the whistle. And they were like, nope, not happening.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Celtics,
Celtics, winners of 9 straight.
yeah,
They are the first team in NBA history to win 3 straight road games by 30-plus points each.
I mean they fucking with a 50
They were
point-
up by 50.
Yeah.
They won by 45, but they were up at 51 at one point.
I mean it wasn't even close at any point in the game.
It
Though the Sixers,
Was a
it looked like
massacre.
it looked like a different sport going on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Sixers weren't obviously fully manned. They didn't have Harden, and they didn't have Seth or Andre, which were the 2 other players that they gave away. But the thing is, and this is why like I'm not taking it as like, oh, the Celtics beat a undermanned team, whatever. This is a team that the Celtics would have lost to 2 months ago. They're starting to beat teams that they're supposed to be, and they're winning games that they're supposed to win, but like decisively.
I think one of the biggest indicative things of how the Celtics have changed was this one shot play that Tatum took last night.
Mm-hmm.
So Tatum had the ball in the corner. He was going to shoot a 3. He pumps. The guy bites. And instead of putting him back up the 3, Tatum drives, and he goes for the layup.
He's
He
such
missed-
a good driver.
He missed the layup, but I think Tatum 2 months ago takes that shot. It takes the worst shot. I think they've kind of bought into the criticism of we're taking bad shots, we're making bad plays. Let's fix that. I think it took a while for Ime's offense to kind of, resonate.
Yeah.
But I think getting a new voice in there was the exactly right thing to kind of shake things up. And I think they responded well to the criticism.
Yeah,
And I think
100%.
that's what kind of led to the success.
The thing too is like when the way Tatum more is than Brown is like he's going like 0 for 5 from 3. Let's say he's gonna keep shooting 3s. Now if he's missing from the outside, he's gonna start changing his game. He's
Yeah.
gonna start driving. He's gonna start doing other things, passing the ball, whatever. And the defense last night. Oh my god! Like at that one point in the first quarter, the Sixers would have only had like 10 points or something if Embiid didn't go to the line
Yeah.
8-9 times in the first quarter. Their defense is remarkable. They have the 2nd best defensive rating in the entire league. I think the Warriors.
Although Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart did get hurt last night. That did hurt. And
They were
the
really-
injury looked like it hurt too. He rolled his ankle really, really, really bad. So thank God it's just an ankle injury. They said it was an ankle sprain. They don't know the severity of it yet.
Can come back from that.
They play the Pistons tonight,
He
so
won't play.
that's fine. No, he's not going to play tonight. Then they have the All-Star break this week, so they're not going to play again until next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Any of those schmucks make the All-Star team?
Just
Tatum
How
did.
did Jared Allen
He's
make
such
it
a
over
schmuck.
Jalen?
I think the whole it being in Cleveland and plus the Cavs kind of being like that surprise team,
You know, Boston hasn't had an All-Star game since 1965. I
like
think.
in Boston.
In Boston.
Interesting. I think they had their name in the hat a few years ago, but they didn't
Fucking-
do it.
Fucking. Like,
That'd be a good place to have an
New
All-Star
Orleans
game.
has had it like 2 times in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Who wants to come to this shithole of a city?
Exactly.
Nobody.
But yeah, no, the Celtics are looking good, man. I mean, they're only 3.5 games out of the number one. The standings between the 1 and 6 seed
Are
are
so
so
tight.
close right now.
So,
So
end of the
close.
season, who's the top 5 teams in the East in order?
Top 5 seeds.
Top 5
In order.
in order.
I'm gonna go Chicago.
Do you think we finish 1?
Yeah, I think they've had a few different injuries. Levine's been out with a knee injury, so I think if they get everyone healthy, get Caruso back at the end of the season, I'll go Bulls, Bucks. I'm gonna go Bulls, Heat, Bucks, Sixers, Boston. I think the Cavs are going to make the play. I think they're just going to slip a little. I mean, it's just so close right now. If you look at the schedules, the Celtics have a very easy schedule left. So I think the Celtics are going to be able to move up a little bit. But at the same time, it's so fucking close. Any of those 6 teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be neck and neck. Even the Raptors. I mean, and the Nets, too, if when KD comes back.
And the Wizards.
And the Wizards. You got like 8 tough teams. It's awesome. I'm so happy the East is competitive. I mean, you got 8 really good teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Heat will finish 1. I go Heat, Bucks, Bulls, or Sixers, Bulls, Celtics, Cavs, Nets, Raptors,
Mm-hmm.
Hornets.
The Nets don't
whatever.
care. The Nets don't give a fuck as long as they are in the playoffs.
They'll make
That's
it.
all.
I
Like,
mean,
no, they will.
They,
But
you want to get out of that play-in though. Is the big thing.
because it's just an extra game you got to play,
Yeah, I mean, or 2.
or 2. Yeah, depending on where you finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, man, I'm encouraged. They're definitely playing well. And the acquisition, the pickup of Derek White was
been great,
massive.
yeah.
He's been awesome for us. So I'm very happy with him. Very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it a little bit this morning. I'm going to bring it up real quick. I don't look into this stuff. I don't believe in any of these things because it's just numbers. It's just predictions, projections that you don't know. This doesn't mean anything. But the Celtics were not even in the play-in game 2 months ago, and now they
538.
are given the best chance to win the NBA Finals. You're at 538. Like, that's stupid. Like, I don't believe that, but like that's just.
Oh, you don't believe? Okay.
No, I don't
Good,
believe
good,
it.
good,
But I'm
good,
just
good.
saying, like, from where you were 2 months ago to like now being considered at like that high up there, like that's wild.
This team's never gonna win a championship with Jason Tatum.
They're not winning
Schmuck.
a championship this year.
I think they win. You can win with Tatum.
I
I
think
always
they can
say
too.
you have to, in order to win an NBA championship, you have to have a top 5 player on your team or a player who can be top 5. And Tatum has played a lot of games where he's shown he can play like a top 5 player in the league. He just needs to do it more consistently.
Yeah, I agree.
But-
I think he's top 10, but like at the bottom. I think he's like 10.
I'd still put him probably in the 15 range. It's close.
It's
but-
it's very close. But
he needs to be more
can
consistent.
he can be a top 5. He's only fucking 23
Exactly.
still. He's so young.
I mean, I think there are players younger than him who might pass him already.
Like,
Luca.
yeah, I
Like-
mean I would say Luka's
Yeah.
ahead of him. I'd always say that
Yeah.
as well. I think I'd still put him over John Morant.
I would too.
But that's neck and
John needs to
that's
show more.
really close.
I mean, John's
This
done a
is
lot
the
this
one
year.
real year that
Yeah.
he's like popped off. He needs
Mm.
more of that.
Yeah, exactly.
But all right.
All right, we're taking some viewer questions. We got a few
Celtics.
topics we can get back to at the end of the show if we need to, but we'll take some viewer questions right now.
right.
Zach, our Bruins fan,
There's
Zach
a
Belmer.
Bruins question. In
Bruins lost again last night in shootouts.
Did they lose in
Yeah.
shootout?
Yeah,
Oh my
For
god.
the Rangers.
Yeah.
Last time I saw they were up.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the
Marchand's
game.
got to come back here, and Bergeron. I don't know if Bergeron's back yet, but
Yeah.
the Bruins.
Yeah, it's been a rough year for them.
Yeah, they're not gonna. It's gonna be a rough next fucking 10 years for them.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Guys, do you think Ben Simmons can turn his career around in Brooklyn?
Mm-hmm.
I think Ben Simmons is. I've come to the conclusion. I think he's the most useless player in the NBA.
Useless player in the NBA.
He can play great defense, but what's he gonna fuck? Like, how is? you don't have to cover him on offense at all.
Yeah,
At
you can
all.
Just stand, you can just stand right around the paint.
Exactly. So when you have Kyrie, who loves playing ISO, who loves the ball in his hand, who's probably the most deadly with the ball in his hand, what are you going to do with Ben Simmons when he's playing off ball?
Point and laugh.
You can't. I don't think. I've thought more about it, and we talked about it. Like, okay, like Kyrie, played off ball a little bit more with Harden,
Mhm.
but that's because Harden can shoot,
Right.
and Harden can also play ISO and do things with ISO. And so he's still always a threat on the court. When Kyrie is playing ISO, what's going to prevent a team from double teaming Kyrie
Right.
and just not leaving Simmons open? Because what's Simmons going to do if he gets the ball in his hand? If he's in the perimeter and waiting for the ball in his hand? Nothing.
I get that. I understand like that argument. I think with Ben Simmons being there, I mean, okay, are we gonna factor? I'm thinking playoff team right now, and I'm not really factoring Kyrie much into this because he's not really gonna be around for
Okay.
much of the playoffs. But regardless,
I mean, he'll be
think
around for road games.
Having that is true. Having guys like Seth Curry, Joe
Yeah.
Harris coming back, the only way to make a starting lineup work with Ben Simmons is putting a lot of shooters around him. I'm thinking like this is like their death lineup, small ball lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie, Seth Curry, Joe Harris, KD, Ben Simmons. You got one guy on the floor that can't shoot.
Yeah.
And I think you can make that work. Do I think he can? I think he can revitalize his career. I think he can kind of start it back up, go back to being an all-star player. How long will that perfectly work to the point where they can win a championship? I don't know about that, but I think they can make it work. I think at this point in their careers, someone like KD, not that he would buy into it, but he would understand that like they need to play as a free-flowing team, not as much ISO, and just like make it work. Not cater to Ben Simmons, but make it so it can work for everyone.
You want to hear an idea I had
Yes.
for the offseason?
Yes. Tell me.
Sign and trade Bradley Beal to the Nets.
For
Ben Simmons, Joe Harris, and a pick.
I mean, that would definitely work for the Nets. I mean, I still think the Sixers won the trade.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the Sixers won the
too.
trade.
I think Bradley Beal is on the decline. I think injuries have always been. an
Oh,
issue for
you mean
Beal.
like health-wise, like just like career standpoint?
Yes.
Like, oh, okay.
So I think I'm okay with the Wizards getting rid of him. I think Simmons could work in DC. You got Porzingis. You got Kyle Kuzma. That's the core.
You
of this
know,
team.
if you got him though, that's his team. That everything's gonna be flowing through him.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know.
that's.
it would be definitely a different mentality team. But
I don't think you would be bad.
no,
I mean, Beal's better, but like
yeah, Beal's better. But I think for the money he's going to get, I'd rather.
he's gonna get a lot of
I
money.
think a
this
lot of money.
offseason.
I get Joe Harris. If you can get Joe Harris on that offense,
Mhm.
Ben Simmons, that's a team that can imagine the five of Ben Simmons, Joe Harris, Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, and like Daniel Gafford or Thomas Bryant.
It's not the worst
It's
team.
not the worst team.
Yeah, you can still do something with
Yeah.
that. I don't know. It'll be funny though. Imagine if Brooklyn, once Ben Simmons comes in, it just fucking collapses and
Yeah.
they trade him this offseason again. That would be nuts.
I can see that happening.
Could. Very much could.
All right. Let's
I put a bet on the Sixers to win the championship and not the Nets for a reason. So
Wyatt asks about another sweatshirt drop? I was busy at work, so I wasn't able to get one. We will doing a lot more merch drops in the upcoming future.
Yes. Yes.
Stay on the lookout for that. But it was a very good day yesterday. We
Yeah.
sold out quickly.
Yep.
Unfortunately, not everyone could get one. But we will be doing a lot more merch.
Yeah. So anyone that got one, congratulations, and people that didn't, don't
So don't worry.
don't worry. Well,
There'll be more.
There'll be more. Don't worry.
People
Appreciate
didn't get
you
it. Be
guys.
better. Be quicker.
Who do you think the Colts
Stop
will
being
land
so
as their
small.
new starting quarterback?
Who?
You think Wentz is staying in Indy?
Who's gonna be Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fucking know.
I think they're moving on from Wentz.
I think they're moving on from Wentz too.
I said Jimmy G.
Jimmy G can go anywhere. There's like 5 different
that's
teams
not
he
an
can
up-
go to.
I'd rather have Carson Wentz than Jimmy G.
Ooh, how about Aaron Rodgers?
That's the McAfee connection is like a rumor that Pat McAfee's going to convince Aaron Rodgers to go to Indianapolis.
Great defense. You got options
Well,
there.
I had a thought yesterday about a quarterback on a team that I think would make a lot of sense, and that's Kirk Cousins on the Steelers. This is just a lot of like
As
plug and
mediocre as it.
plays. Okay.
I think
it's
he's
the
better
same.
than mediocre, but I don't think he's like
He's
above
not.
average.
He's not a good. I've said this many times. He's not a good quarterback.
He's in between average and
However,
above average.
Putting him on the Steelers is as foolproof as you can get. It's pretty much. I mean, definitely step down a little bit from the weapons you have in Minnesota.
Right.
But the defense in Pittsburgh versus the defense in Minnesota is
night and day.
Night and day.
Yeah.
He has a lot of great weapons. Deontay Johnson. Juju. Chase Claypool. Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Fairmouth.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good weapons. And then you go with that defense. I think it's as foolproof as you're going to get on a team for Kirk Cousins to succeed.
He's making a lot of
And Mike
money
Tomlin,
though too. He's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
To trade that contract. When is the floodgates going to open here? I mean, there's
think the
so
new
much stuff
season-
that's going to happen. When does it start?
When does the season end? I mean, when is NFL free agency?
I feel like it's got to start soon. Does it start around the draft usually? It has
No,
to
it
be
starts
before the
before
draft.
March 16th.
March 16th. All right, so we're a month away.
Yep.
We're exactly a month away.
Exactly 1 month away from NFL
All
free
right.
agency.
What do you think the first move is
But
going to be? Who
I think
the
trades will
first
happen
quarterback? First quarterback on the move.
Jimmy Graham.
I think Jimmy G is going to be the
Yeah,
first
Jimmy
one
G,
on
I think
because
is the
I
first
think
one on
that
the
is like we all know he's getting traded.
Yeah.
Like
He'll set the
Carson
market.
Wentz, borderline.
Well,
Kirk Cousins.
actually, Wentz, they have to make a decision on Wentz this week, whether or not to pick up his $15 million option. And that's the decision. So Wentz might be a free agent. They might decline the option and just let him be a free agent. If you don't want to pay Wentz $15 million to be the world's most mediocre quarterback, below mediocre, he sucks. You saw that last game. He lost them the season. Like you can't.
Tough way to go out.
You're close if you're Indianapolis, and you can't go with Wentz.
Right.
You can't.
I mean, they were half a game from making the playoffs
Yeah.
last year, and
I
they
mean,
could have made
ain't
it.
gonna push him over the edge.
I think Jimmy G's a plug and play guy. I think he can be.
You have to get another.
I think he's a.
You have to get a
average.
receiver weapon for Jimmy G. And
Who
let's
is the
just say
receivers in Indianapolis?
Pittman.
Pittman.
Let's just
He
say
got
that there's a
tired.
receiver out there, a great slot receiver who, maybe one of the best slot receivers of all time. Great slant rounder.
Deshaun Jackson.
Michael Thomas, maybe.
Oh.
Who knows what the Saints
They
are
said
doing.
they're not going to trade him. That means they're going to
Or,
trade him.
there's a guy who's a free agent too, from this Green Bay.
Their package deal.
You think Rodgers and wherever Devontae and Rodgers will go together?
Yeah.
I honestly think Rodgers at this point is staying in Green Bay.
I think so too.
I think so,
or
too.
I think
My
he
mind's-
retires. I don't think he's gonna go elsewhere.
My mind's kind of flipped. I think.
Well, he'll be a free agent after this
Yeah,
upcoming year,
I don't
so
know.
maybe he gives it one more shot. I don't know. There was just so much shit that was said from both sides.
Yeah.
It just makes it hard to believe. I don't know. Wacky. I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's gonna
I
be
can't
fun.
wait. There's gonna be a
gonna
lot
be a
of
crazy
lot of
offseason.
changes this offseason.
Who is your NBA MVP right now?
I mean, right now, I'd probably say Embiid. But him and Jokic are neck and neck. Like, if you
I
had a
think-
gun to my head right now and you tell me to pick between Jokic and Embiid, I tell you to shoot me.
Okay.
I don't know. Like,
Range of that.
I think if you look at the efficiency,
Please.
it's Jokic. Jokic's had one of the most efficient seasons of all time.
Nikola Jokic, I think he has the best PR of all time right now, currently.
I think it's still Giannis's from 2 years ago.
If not, it's
But-
very, very close.
Yeah.
But regardless, efficiency off the fucking charts for Jokic. This guy's finishing games shooting like 80% from the field with like 30 points or something. Triple doubles left and right. He's averaging like 27 and 15 and 7 assists and shooting. The only thing that he's not shooting, like, I think he's shooting 36, 37%. But even for a big man, that's league average. That's still great. Field goal, he's shooting like 55, 60%. Unbelievable. Embiid has just been so dominant.
Yeah.
I think that's a big argument. In the last like 15 game sample size, he's averaging like 37 a game, which is that's really fucking impressive. That's gonna be one of those two. It's gonna be one of those two.
Yeah. I think you got to look at it also like Embiid. Who's like, if you look at
Who's more valuable to their team?
I mean, Jokic is without Porter. He's without Murray, and they're still like a 5 seed.
Right.
But the flip side, Embiid, the Sixers without
It's
Embiid.
the same thing with
Yeah.
so like I kind of equal that argument out. I was gonna say that, but like it's really no difference. Both those guys are keeping their teams afloat. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those two. I mean, I do have an Embiid MVP bet, which I would love to hit, but you can't go wrong with either one. You can't. It's either one of them. I don't think it's gonna be anyone else. So
Yep. And the last comment we have here. Oh, we got a couple actually. Dwayne Bacon.
Dwayne,
The beef. Of the
Yeah,
century.
they
made up
they hashed it out.
Nice.
Yeah, she sent us a screenshot
Yes.
of
of them hashing out their beef.
Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah,
No beef.
no beef.
No more beef around here.
What about DeRozan for MVP?
It's a shame that Embiid and Jokic are having the seasons that they are because I think for a while I was saying DeRozan should be top 3.
I mean, still probably top 3.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but Giannis too. Like, there's a few guys that you can make that argument. I'd love for DeRozan to be in that conversation. The things he's doing this year. I mean, he's having the best season of his career by a mile. 35 points in 6 straight games right now. You know, at one point, Jace Tatum was number 1 in the league in points scored, and now he's 200 back of DeRozan.
Wow.
And that was like a month ago. This month of February, DeRozan's just been making guys look silly.
Yeah.
Game winners too. Yeah, I would love him too.
How many
but
MVPs does KD have? 1.
when he was in OKC,
Yeah, you're the real MVP.
I think he would have won it last year if he stayed healthy. But
Yeah.
that's been an issue the last few years. So
That is crazy.
yeah, you'd think he'd have more.
Yeah.
You'd think
I mean, LeBron only has 3.
4,
He has 4.
2 in Miami, 2 in Cleveland. Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
he's one of those guys that's always been like
Should have been
a top. Yeah, he's one of those guys that you can't just give it to him every year. You know what I mean? From like 07 to 14, 15 probably, he could have won it every single year. The year Rose won it, I think LeBron should have won it that year personally, but yeah, that's how it is.
All right. I think that's all the time we got for today's show.
All right.
Dwayne, if you want to check out that answer, who are early Super Bowl winners, you can check it out on the Lumberland Sports TikTok account. We made a video for that yesterday, so go check that
Yes,
out
sir.
on TikTok. I'll take this with the outro today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to go over and just so you can end it, I can actually end it from here.
Bye, guys.
Thank you guys so much for watching the show today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're already probably subscribed to us. I don't know what I'm saying. Make sure to stay with us. Follow us on all of our platforms. You can see all of our content come out for the next couple of weeks, forever, infinitum. We have so much content coming out always. No Big Nick for the next week and a half on the show, so different vibes going forward. But I think it was a good show today. I had a great
was a
time.
very good show.
Very good show. Unbelievable show. And again, if you're listening to the podcast and you want to be a part of the conversation, please join our Patreon. We've got so much great content on the Patreon, from the live show every morning to an additional podcast you can listen to. We've got a great episode coming out on Friday. Me and Rory are talking movies.
Ooh, baby.
We've got additional YouTube content as well, and we got big things coming there in the next month on TikTok. On our Patreon. So make sure that you're staying tuned on our Patreon. And if you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for subscribing and being a part of our community. We've got a lot of great stuff coming out for you soon, and so stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's a wrap on this episode, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.